Great question from Greg Wilkerson. He asks, what are your thoughts on UD 2.0, which is Ultimate Diet by Lyle McDonald? Shout out Lyle McDonald. How you doing, bro? And
Lyle.
Also, what are the steps to rehab a damaged metabolic rate, and how can they differ between men and women?
They don't differ that much between men and women. It just happens easier to women because they have higher set points.
Yeah. Set points meaning a higher body fat level.
Yeah, right. The point at which your body starts going,
I like this.
I don't want to be leaner.
Yeah.
So, you know, rehabbing metabolism is basically just this slow increase of food at a pace that doesn't seem to cause much weight gain or fat gain, but allows you to keep increasing food. You know?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like 100 calories a week or so.
To do this, it sounds like you might want to know how much you're consuming in terms of fat, carb, and protein, right?
Yeah, you're going to have a very tough time rehabbing a metabolism without getting fat if you're not tracking macros.
Yeah, because I mean, the general population does not track macros, which does seem like the key to a lot of this sort of stuff.
You kind of have to know what you're shooting at. You need a target.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, you can track calories. I mean, you can certainly, you don't need to be as anal. I mean, just getting an idea of your caloric intake.
Yeah.
You can use Exchange System, you can use, you know, the My Pyramid Food Guide. I mean, there's a lot of ways to do this where you're not sitting there with a food scale at the restaurant and MyFitnessPal on your phone scanning, you know, barcodes and...
You can get good at eyeballing, I mean...
Yeah, you can get great at eyeballing. And as long as you're just making a small increase in calories and staying active,
so
it'll improve. As far as UD2...
Yeah, what about that?
UD2 is a very specific tool. So is the RFL, the Rapid Fat Loss. These two books that Lyle wrote have very specific guidelines people are only supposed to use under certain conditions. And he has another great book that everyone just ignores called, you know, The Guide to Flexible Dieting, which 95% of people should be reading, not Rapid Fat Loss or UD2. I get all these people who basically just need a regular diet, who are either doing UD2 or RFL, and don't just follow normal flexible dieting. And it just goes to show that the over-analytical, anal, thinking that you're a special snowflake, you need a really specific, crazy kind of diet, so I got to be on, you know, keto, and then I got a carb load, I got depletion workouts, and it's like, you know,
no,
that needs to be used only when it needs to be used. And Lyle will tell you this. It's a very small percentage of people, you know, and sometimes the stress levels that it takes to follow that kind of schedule is not worth this tiny percentage benefit you may get.
So would you say these extremer diets should only be used by people that are those kind of people that can't really handle flexible dieting, that need some sort of extreme structure? Like,
no, I would not say that. The people who need extremities actually don't need extreme things. They need to find balance in their life. And the people who are drawn to Lyle and bodybuilding in general tend to be people with borderline eating disorders.
That's true.
And I'm speaking from experience here.
Yeah, me too. I'm fucked up.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm pretty fucked up.
I own, you know, Stubborn Fat Loss Solution. I own the UD2, and I don't have flexible dieting, but it's not a concept I'm unfamiliar with. The thing is stop looking for the new sexy thing.
Yeah.
Because the application of the basics, there's a reason why the basics have held up to the critique and the study of science and gym rats and experience over the course of over 100 years. You know? And there's a reason why the wacky, you know, kind of, not that UD2 is a fad diet, or the more complex things only fit specific populations or don't stand the test of time. It's because it's like, you know, you don't try to use a hammer for everything. Use a hammer to hammer nails in.
Yeah,
you don't use a screwdriver to hammer nails in either. You know what I'm saying? But you need to get an understanding of the broad concepts and get a toolbox before you start trying to use really specific tools.
Yeah.
And I'll say this right now, I don't think 95% of people should be doing UD2. In the hundreds of people I've worked with, I've had 2 people do UD2, and one of them, I pulled the plug on it midway through.
Strong.
Now the concepts, some of them are good. Like I said, you know, I have a really high day carb refeed, and I normally keep my volume a little higher than most when I do, you know, dieting, because I see the benefits from being a little depleted for fat loss. But it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do extreme versions of that, you know.
Okay. I think we got that question good, so hopefully, Greg, that will suffice. You better share this video, motherfucker.
Hey, quit being a little bitch!
Ogus cake!
Yeah, motherfucker!